Delve into art, architecture, and design with Srijan Design Academy SDA and thrive in exams, college, and career. Welcome to SDA. Figure-based aptitude. Topic 13. Area of shaded region. Part 02.
Hello everyone. Today we are doing area of shaded region part 2. So in part 1 we have understood the relation between square and square and square and circle. Today we will understand the relation between circle and triangle. So let's begin. Here we have a triangle with us. In an equilateral triangle, what we need to understand is when we draw the perpendiculars. So if I draw one perpendicular from here, another from here, what do we get? We get a center. Now, if from this center, if I try to draw a triangle, this is the triangle we get. Now, any angle of an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. So therefore, this particular angle will be 30 degree and this particular angle will be 60 degree. Now, let me mark some of the points. So let me call this point O, call this point A, call this point B, and call this point C. Now, one of the critical relation that you need to understand from trigonometry is this. If this particular length is 1, then this particular length will be root 3 and this will be 2. Okay. How is this possible? This is a simple trigonometric understanding that if this angle is 30 degree and this is 1, therefore whatever is opposite to 60 degrees will be root 3. Whatever is opposite to 90 degrees will be 2. Okay. You can even apply tan theta for that reason. So once you understand this thing, the overall thing becomes pretty easy. Even we can apply Pythagoras theorem. Then we can understand that OC square is equals to OB square plus BC square. And from here we can understand 2 square is equals to 1 square plus root 3 square. And this proves 4 equals to 1 plus 3 and therefore this is correct. So this 1, 2 and root 3 understanding if you have, you can easily solve any problem. Now, because all these three are equal perpendiculars in an equilateral triangle, therefore what happens? The length OA is also 2. So this is also 2. So OA is equals to OC equals to 2. Clear to us? So therefore, in any sense, if we want to convert, if this becomes R, then this will be 2R and this will be root 3R. This is the simple understanding that we need to have to start the problem. Once we are done with this, let's move to the next part of it. So what do we have? Let's consider this case. We have two circles, one inside and one outside. So in this case, we have already understood one relation from the last case. So I'll draw the perpendiculars for an easier understanding in this case, and then we'll understand the equations clearly. So this is somewhat the center. Now from here, let me mark it. So let me call this A. Let me call this O, B, and C. So OB, which will be small r, radius of the circle which is inside. OC is definitely the radius of the outer circle. So that will be 2 times of r. And BC, that is half the side, is nothing but root 3r. So from here we have understood three relations. Small r is radius of small circle. Bigger r is the radius of bigger circle, that will be 2 times of r. Side of the triangle, let me call it A, is equals to 2 times of root 3r. Okay, because the double of BC will be the side. Height of the triangle will be 3r because it will be r plus 2r. OA and OC was equal in the last case. So once we have understood all these parts, now it becomes far easier to calculate anything. So for example, what will be the area? So there will be three areas. Area of smaller circle. Area of circle R will be pi r square. Area of circle bigger R will be pi r square, and that will be equals to pi 2r whole square, and therefore 4 pi r square. 4 times. Okay. So when the radius is double, the area is 4 times. Area of triangle will be half base into height. Half, what is the base? That is A. So we call it 2 times of root 3r, and height is 3r. So 2 and 2 getting cancelled. Therefore the total area in this case is nothing but 3 root 3 r square. That is the area. Now if you remember these three things, you can easily find out the area in any other case. So let's move to the next question and understand what are the problems we have and how we can solve it. So here is our problem. Now what is given to us? So in this case, diameter is given to us, that is 10. So when D equals to 10, R is equals to D by 2. So therefore that is going to be 10 by 2 and nothing but 5. Okay. So what is this? This is the radius of bigger circle. But what do we need? We need radius of the smaller circle. So R, small r, is going to be R by 2. Therefore it is 5 by 2. So I'll just write it 5 by 2 for this time. What we need? We need the area of this circle. So area of this circle is going to be area circle small r equals to pi r square equals to pi times of 5 by 2 square, and therefore this area is going to be 25 pi by 4. That is our area in this case. Clear? Simple problem. We have just understood what is the correct radius and therefore we have figured out the right area. Let's move to the next question now. What is happening in this case? In this case, the side is given to us. So what is given? In a simple language, we can say A is given to us. A equals to 10. Now what this is equals to? This is equals to 2 times of root 3 times of r. But do we need this? No, we need the area of triangle 1, triangle 2 and triangle 3. So in the earlier case, we have understood that area between circle and circle is 1/4 or 4 times. Okay, when you go outside it will be 4 times, when you go in it will be 1/4. Similar thing will happen to the triangle that we have already understood in a square case and the circle case. Okay, that the proportion remains same. So one simple logic here that we can apply is area will be 1/4. So T2 will be T1 by 4. T3 will be T2 by 4. Therefore, what we can say that T3 is equals to T1 by 16. Clear? Now, what will be T1? Simple base into height. But for that, if we know R, then we can easily figure out. So let's figure out R in this case. So R equals to 10 divided by 2 root 3. So this becomes 5 by root 3. Why we have done this? Now, area T1 equals to, how much was the area that we have figured out in the earlier case? 3 root 3 r square. So this is 3 root 3 multiplied with 5 by root 3 whole square. Okay. Always remember r is the radius of the circle inside. So this is r. Okay. That's why we have figured out r in this case. So when you do the square of it, 5 square will be as it is, 3 square will get cancelled. So therefore we are left with root 3 multiplied with 25 implies 25 root 3. So now area of T3 will be nothing but very simple answer, 25 root 3 divided by 16. That is our final answer in this case. Clear? So this is how simply we can solve the problems. Let's move to the next question. Now we need to find out the area of T1 minus C1. Triangle 1 minus circle 1. Now again, what is the problem? Problem is saying that we have A given, not R. So let's do the other way around. Solution. A is equals to 10 equals to 2 times of root 3 times of R. This implies R equals to 5 by root 3 as we have done earlier. Okay. So now we have both the things. So area T1 equals to 3 root 3 R, and this is going to be nothing but 25 root 3. Area circle R is going to be pi r square. That is nothing but 25 by 3 times of pi. So therefore T1 minus C1, what is this? The simple solution here is 25 root 3 minus 25 pi by 3. This is our final answer in this case. Okay, so I quickly figured out. So what is the key in all the questions? That we need to figure out R in every case, because R is critical. Once we know R, other things are easier to figure out in such questions. Here again, we have another question. Now what is given to us? So here this becomes critical. We have D given. What is D? 2 times of R, and that is 10. So therefore R equals to 10 by 2, and that for it is 5. So what will be smaller r in this case? Smaller r will be again 5 by 2. Clear? Now, when r we know, what will be the area of the triangle? So, area T1 or triangle is equals to 3 root 3 times of r. So when we do, r square. So therefore this becomes 3 root 3 multiplied with 25 by 4 from here. Okay. You can further multiply it. So therefore it becomes 75 by 4 multiplied with root 3. What is area of circle and with a bigger radius? Okay, so bigger radius was 5, so therefore we can simply take area equals to pi r square, and therefore this will become 25 pi. So what is the final answer with us in this case? 25 pi minus 75 root 3 by 4. Now we don't need to find final answer in this case until unless asked in the examination. We just need to figure out a schematic answer so that we know how to solve certain problems which are there in area related to triangle and circle. Let's move to the next problem. Now this is a bit complicated problem. Why? Because it is not only level 1, we are going inside. So let's figure out certain things. First of all, what we need to do. So in this case, if this is called T1, this is called T2. Now the circle inside will be called C1 because that is what we know. Okay, and this will be called C0. So there are two things. One, we figure out the area of T2 and we figure out the area of C1 and subtract, or we figure out the area of T1 and C0 and then divided by 4 because both the things are inside, therefore the area will be 1/4. So from the last case, we know certain things. So either we can apply that or either you can apply this. So I'll go 1/4 way this time. So what will happen? So D equals to 2R in this case. That is equals to 10. Therefore R equals to 5. Therefore small r is equals to 5 by 2. So far we are done here. Now from here what do we get? Area T1 equals to 3 root 3 r square, and therefore small r square, remember this is going to be 25 by 4 multiplied with 3 root 3, that is nothing but 75 root 3 by 4. What will be area of C0? The radius will be 5 in this case, okay, half of 10. So therefore in a simple way it will be 25 pi. So what do we get? Now C0 minus T1, okay. So C0 minus T1 will become 25 pi minus 75 root 3 by 4. Now when we divide this by 4, we will get, so here if I write C0 minus T1, the whole thing divided by 4, we will get C1 minus T2. So this is the thing that we need to understand. Therefore what we get here is nothing but 25 pi by 4 minus 75 root 3 by 16. That is our final answer in this case. See how simply we can solve the problems in this case only if we understand the very basic thing, how to figure out the small r. Okay. So here is the last question for you all. Solve this question and tell me what is the answer. And if you are facing any difficulties in finding out the small r, height of the triangle, base of the triangle, smaller radius or the bigger radius, tell me in the comments. Thank you.
To buy our detailed study material online, WhatsApp us on 70420646648 or ping us on Instagram. For more questions, drop a comment on our video. Subscribe us to Thrive in Exams, College, and Career.